I performed on a cruise, and I realized something on that, and you might get mad at me for this, but this is a fact, not an opinion. This is a fact. Cruises are for garbage people. That's it. That's it. F you. My mother takes them. I don't care. They are for monsters. The only response to will you take a cruise with me is to never speak to this person again. Kill that person. You know I'm telling the truth. A cruise is a floating buffet. That is all it is. It's a floating buffet and casino. It's like Atlantic City broke off and floated into the middle of the ocean. That is what a cruise is. The level of fat on a cruise is confusing. I could have been a personal trainer on this boat. Something is wrong. Something is not right. Paradigm shifting. Why are we on a boat? That's a great question. No one can answer. Why are we on a boat? Nothing about a cruise has anything to do with the water. None of these people can swim. Everything about a cruise can happen in a Denny's. Why are there passports? Why are there customs? Let's be honest. Some cruise people are getting mad. You get to see their faces. They're like, it's all inclusive. Treat yourself better. There's couples in here that are like, we met on a cruise. What's his problem? Cruises dock at port cities, and port cities are poor cities. These are poor cities. This is not a good look for the United States of America, that we go around the globe driving these floating countries, and we dock them at poor cities, and then fat people get off these boats and buy magnets. That is what a cruise is. There are theme cruises. There's a Walking Dead cruise. You know the show The Walking Dead? How many of you have seen The Walking Dead? Good. There's a I hope you've not been on that f***ing cruise. I really hope. It's crazy. There's a Walking Dead cruise. I mean, technically every cruise is a Walking Dead cruise, if you're a doctor. But there's a Walking Dead cruise, and I know that because when my boat pulled up, there was another boat, and they were all dressed up like zombies, and I said, what the f***'s going on? I like The Sopranos. I thought it was a great show. It was my favorite show. But if you told me you could do karaoke with Edie Falco on a boat, I would have punched you in the face. Because it's unnecessary. Be a fan at home. Be a fan at home. Hurricanes are bad. Right now that could be the official policy of my country on climate change. Hurricanes are bad. I lived in New York City during Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane Sandy was a really bad hurricane, but I was a loser when that happened. I'll let you in on a little secret. Losers love natural disasters. They do. Losers love natural disasters. You hear about a hurricane coming, you're like, flood me out of this basement. It's true, because it's a great equalizer. It is. You go from a loser to a refugee overnight. And you get to walk around and tell everybody, I lost everything. And nobody knows that everything was nothing. Thank you guys so much. You've been a lot of fun.